Tuesdays, the calm before the storm. It's quiet right now, but that doesn't last very long around here. It's a day of refreshment and getting recharged. It's a study day. It's getting ready for the next big events. And it's the kind of day I love, a chance to kind of get recharged and refreshed. Now, if everybody else refreshes tomorrow night, but we got to get ready for refresh by getting refreshed ourselves. And so I just want to welcome you all to another edition of 10 with Tom on this quiet Tuesday. And I just want to share a couple things from my heart, some things that I've been noticing. And so I just want to share this briefly with you today. First of all, I just want to say thank you to Pastor Aaron, who dropped in on our confirmation class this past Sunday and really dropped some great stuff on our class in there. One of the things that he said, and I thought this was so profound, is that God gives us exactly what we need at the right time. God's timing is incredible. And so many times we panic. And we run around like chickens with our heads cut off, not knowing what to do next. But God knows what we need when we need it, and He always seems to provide it just the right time. What a great reminder to all of us as we're busy planning what we're doing this summer, making plans for graduations and maybe summer camps, vacations, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes things just need to fall in place. So don't push God. Allow God to do things in His time. The second thing that he said, and again, this is so important, as we think about where we want to be, where we could be, where we're going. Aaron mentioned, enjoy where you're at. Don't lose sight of the fact that you are where you are right now for a purpose. God's got you where you are because He either wants to accomplish something in your life or He wants to accomplish something in the life of someone else through you. You're not where you are by accident. You're not at the school that you're at or the job that you're at by accident. God's got you there for a reason. And so be content in that and see what God's going to do. Because again, God's going to reveal those things in His time. Some great stuff from Pastor Aaron. So Pastor Aaron, thank you. We are so grateful for the pastors that we have on staff here and for the wisdom that they pour into each of our kids, as well as to all of us. And so wanted to share this couple of thoughts as we get started today, because I just thought that was really great stuff for our students to learn. Now, one of the things that I wanted to mention, we're going to be talking about joy tomorrow night at Refresh, and we're going to be talking about the differences between happiness and joy. And so I hope you'll be a part of that and come out and join us tomorrow night at 6:30, whether it's here or in person or whether it's online. We'd love to have you here in person. We've got an energetic group that comes out on Wednesday night, and we want all of them and all of you to experience God's joy in your life. So the other thing I want to share with you today comes from my own personal reading. I've been working through the scriptures this year, and recently I was reading in 2 Chronicles. Not the most exciting book. There's a few nuggets in there, but a lot of it's a recap of stuff that we've already gone through in the Old Testament. But I get to chapter 27 of 1 Chronicles, and in 1 Chronicles 27, there's a section called the King's Overseers. And so I just want to share a little bit of that with you, starting at verse 25, and we're going to go down to verse 33. Asmaveth, the son of Adiel, was in charge of the royal storehouses. Jonathan, son of Uzziah, was in charge of the storehouses in the outlying districts, in the towns, the villages, and the watchtowers. Ezri, son of Caleb, was in charge of the field workers who farmed the land. Shimei, the Ramathite, was in charge of the vineyards. Zabdi, the Shifmite, was in charge of the produce of the vineyards for the wine vats. Baal Hanan, the Jederite, was in charge of the olive and sycamore fig trees in the western foothills. Joash was in charge of the supplies of olive oil. Shatray the Sharonite was in charge of the herds grazing in Sharon. Shaphat, son of Adlai, was in charge of the herds in the valleys. Obil, the Ishmaelite, was in charge of the camels. Jediah, the Maranothonite, was in charge of the donkeys. Jaziz, the Hagrite, was in charge of the flocks. All these were the officials in charge of King David's property. Jonathan, David's uncle, was a counselor, a man of insight and a scribe. Jehiel, the son of Hakmoni, took care of the king's sons. And then we get to verse 33. Ahithophel was the king's counselor. Hushai, the Archite, was the king's friend. All these important jobs that we see here, people that are in charge of various villages and crops and the vineyards and all the wine production, the herds, right down to being in charge of camels and donkeys. You know, all these people had important positions in David's government. But then we see Hushai. What was he? David's friend. Being a friend is a really, really important job. We all need friends. We all need trusted advisors. Hushai isn't just listed in this list in 1 Chronicles 27. We also read in 2 Samuel 15 and 16 that he is a friend of David. He figured very, very prominently in the rebellion of Absalom in that whole story. Because at the time when David was escaping Jerusalem, Hushai sought to join David's company and be a part of his team wherever he went. However, David persuaded him to return and to offer his allegiance to his son Absalom so that he might defeat the counsel of Ahithophel, who had been David's advisor, and that he might then supply information to David. And Hushai did just that. He remained loyal to David. He successfully opposed Ahithophel's plan to pursue and attack David immediately, proposing instead that Absalom mass his forces and then attack David in person. This provided David time to escape. And then Hushai sent word to David through his couriers, the sons of the priests, to cross the Jordan River immediately. And so we don't learn anything more about him other than this little verse in 1 Chronicles 27, that he served as David's friend. Let it be said about all of us that we are someone's friend, that we are loyal to the people around us. Be a good friend. I hope you'll take that to the bank today. Be a friend. I want to close with just a couple of reminders of some things coming up. Obviously, of course, we already talked about Refresh tomorrow night. We've got Wild Wednesday going on tomorrow as well. A very special day because it's Superheroes Day. So we're going to be celebrating superheroes tomorrow afternoon at Wild Wednesday as we have a great time together. Miss Deb's going to be cooking up dinner, and then we'll be staying for Refresh tomorrow night. Again, that's at 6:30. I also want to mention that we've got a baptism going on Sunday. That'll take place at North Beach Park out in Volano. We've got 2 of our confirmation class students, and there may be some others that are going to be baptized Sunday. If you would still like to be baptized, it's not too late. Let Pastor Mike know or call the office this week, and we can make that happen. Also want to remind everybody we got our next youth retreat coming up May the 14th and 15th out at Camp Blanding. And the one in April was a blast, and I know the May one's going to be a great time as well. And so if you haven't already signed up, check the links in your emails or contact us, and we'll get you more information on how you can be a part of that. It's an incredible deal for just $35 for Friday night and all day Saturday, as well as a great time together. Also want to mention that we are still trying to add some folks to our mission team to Charleston this summer. It's July 24th through the 31st, but time is running out on that, so if you'd like to be a part of that team, please let me know as soon as possible. And then the last thing, I want to get it out there because I think this is going to fill fast. The 12 conference this summer over in West Florida. It's going to be a great conference. We're going to be sending out a video this Friday so you can get a little bit more of an idea what it's going to be like. But it's going to be a great time to really grow in your faith. And so we hope you'll make that a part of your summer as well. That'll be August 2nd through the 5th. So that's what we've got for you today. Have a wonderful day. I hope to see you tomorrow night or see you this weekend. I love you guys. Take care now.